My name's Carl Groover. This is going to be a short instructional video on how to do TikToks. So, I see a lot of people, trying to do TikToks and really just not sure what it's supposed to look like, or maybe I'm gonna emphasize on the principles of it and how it works and the best way to apply it. Alright. So, one common misconception is that you need tons and tons of power for TikToks. Tons of head speed. This is, for demonstration purposes, this is only 1600 governed on the head. So, when most people are running, 22, 23, this is very little. Anyway, so, you can do TikToks in many orientations. Tail down. Either aileron each way, nose down, elevator TikToks, or aileron right way. This is probably the most common, aileron with the right side down. One thing that it's actually easier on the helicopter doing it this way, and most helicopters I should say, is because notice the tail rotor in this orientation is pushing air down. And what that does is that just gives you free lift. Where in other orientations, like the left side of the helicopter down doing aileron TikToks, the tail is fighting against you. So, starting out doing TikToks, obviously you should be proficient at regular rolls and hovering orientations, obviously, in all orientations. So rolls in all orientations. And how you're going to enter it is from a hover. I'm going to do aileron TikToks right side down first. And you're going to roll it. Learning them, roll a lot. Roll a whole lot more. Throw a lot of emphasis into your cycling. So just roll way further than I guess the finished product is going to be for figuring out. And focus on your collective. As you roll, stop it, and try not to give it much more than just stopping it. Figure out how much collective it takes on your machine simply just to stop the helicopter. And then what you're going to do is every time as you're coming through, you're going to notice the helicopter sort of settles a little bit, and then you hear the blades bite. What that is the helicopter getting in its own prop wash. So it takes a minute to bite through that, and if you slam the collective before it gets into clean air, it's never going to pull as hard. You're going to end up bogging the blades. It's not going to, that's where it just requires more and more power. So, emphasize, you try to use a lot more cyclic than collective. The biggest mistakes I see are just trying to slam the collective too much and not rolling enough. And then just continue on doing that, controlling it, experiment. As I'm doing this, I can throw a little elevator in to control, say, which way it goes. I'm going to do a lot right here. I throw nose elevator, and I can go that way. Back elevator, and I can go this way. That just shows an extreme. A lot of people will tell you to simply move the tail at an angle. Tail down will go left, tail up will go right. And as you see, that works, but what I find is a better way to do it, and it looks cleaner, and this will be, I guess, a little more difficult also, is what you're doing is you're throwing your cyclic off the vertical axis by moving the tail. So from there, the easy way to do that without moving the tail is just simply move the stick in a diagonal across the, throw a little elevator in on both ends and just go at a slight diagonal, and that'll move it as well. So from here, you just continue and make it a little tighter every time and experiment. Always watch for the helicopter to stop. Don't just slam to make it go the opposite direction. Wait for it to stop, push, stop, push, stop, stop, push. Yeah, I'm getting myself confused talking, but that's don't try to sit here. I'm gonna do a bad example and just slam it. Well, I don't know, that worked. But it's hard to do it wrong after so much time. But from there you can just continue on. Head speed is not that important. Well, I mean, it obviously always makes it easier, but I find for learning purposes it is better to learn at a lower head speed. So as you continue, never throw the opposite aileron in until after you see the helicopter is moving. If you can't get it to stop, or if it's falling down, throw more aileron to make the helicopter more level, to where you're just pushing up more. To where if it's not here, you just keep going until it stops. And then reverse your aileron. Don't reverse to lean it back the other way until after you see it's recovered and it's pushing back. So from that point, you know, even with 1600, if you follow all those rules, I mean, as you can see, it sits here and does tocs beautifully. Anyway, I hope this was somewhat clear, and hope some of you find it beneficial. Please leave comments, let me know what you think of it, and if you have any other requests for other maneuvers, be sure to let me know. And happy flying, guys.